Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Global Organization of African Academic Doctors who have come together to put together this extremely important research group, which is named Presley Wesseh Multidisciplinary Energy Research Group, named after our brother, late Professor Presley Wesseh, as our own way of taking note of the contributions he made in the organization, in his research, and in contribution to the progress of energy stability, or in terms of research in Africa, and also which has had great impact in the field of energy research and hopefully contributing to sustainable development of the world. Having come together today, we are really full of joy that it was possible to make this happen. And we want to sincerely welcome all of us. My name is Elijah Odi. I currently serve as the president of OAD Global. And it's a huge joy to have you all come to be part of this meeting. Another great source of joy is that I have interacted with many of you one-on-one, and I know the quality of abilities you possess, the other research you've done in the past, and the work ethic you use in your engagements. And I'm really very much excited because I'm very confident that we can get this job done, and that very quickly. And having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to sincerely welcome all of us on behalf of the Executive Council of OAD and also on behalf of the resident think tank of OAD Global. Please welcome to this meeting. And right now we're going to take a few minutes each. We have an agenda that we hope we can run through very quickly. We apologize for having started late, but we are going to try to see if we can make up for it. So the next item we have on our agenda is the point on self-introduction. And this should include your name, your nationality, and your research major. Something, just those three things that can be very speedy for us. And how we're going to do it is that I will be looking at my screen and I'll call the names of people as shown on the list right on my screen, so that we can have different people introduce as soon as they hear their whatever you have on the Zoom. I'll mention it and you will step up to introduce yourself, providing these pieces of information. And I want to, once again say that we are very grateful, and we're also confident that you understand the seriousness of this research group and the implications of the beautiful work we're going to do together. And in saying that, let me mention the overall big picture of what we're doing in OAD. We are actually not just a group of people who are gathered to do research, to support one another, and to publish research and to grow in our fields. We're not just a group of Africans who have come together to do that. We are an organization, like you mentioned, you've taken note of, the Global Organization of African Academic Doctors, registered in Kenya and operating globally, currently in 5 continents and expanding. And the big picture, what we are together to do as the most educated Africans on the continent, not a display of pride, but by reality in terms of what the world defines as the highest education. This organization brings together these people from different African countries, all African countries coming together. And the big picture of what we want to achieve is that in the next few years, we would have been able to succeed in creating products, real products. And we will have joined hands with at least 200,000 people to work towards marketing that product globally, making it a global brand that should then lead to the true respect for the African people in terms of what they are able to do by generating real power amongst themselves. Not political power per se. Of course, those who go into politics may also do, but we are looking at the real thing in terms of solving people's real problems in various areas, and they paying for it, thereby allowing us, the human beings of Africa, to acquire the highest possible level of respect that many of us deserve, that all of us deserve and desire. We've seen in many instances where Africa is grossly disrespected, and many of us have experienced that in many ways. It's never easy on us when those things happen. But the only way that these things are going to change is when we are able to create global brands that don't just make individuals rich. Specific persons just become rich and are billionaires, but we build a kind of wealth that is not owned by anybody in particular, but it is capable of bringing respect and dignity to all the human beings of Africa, so that wherever they go to, they get to be respected because of what they know we are capable of doing. And we are making progress to gradually collate the respect that our people have for us in different places, and we'll turn that respect in the way, in a similar manner that solar energy or solar power is solar rays get to be gathered in and stored as solar energy and then transformed to be used for different useful things that power the lives of people daily. We want to be able to collate, attract, concentrate the respect that people have for us. Because you've got a PhD, there's some respect that people have for you anywhere in the world. Even if you don't have money, even if you are not rich, some people just respect you because they think that PhD is something very tough, that anybody who has got it has got some capability. So we are going to collate this respect. Some people do give us attention just because of that. So we will convert that attention to something useful for the continent of Africa. This we shall do, and there is no going back. This research group, one of those channels through which we create the competitive advantages that we have, that then allows us to create bargaining power. And with the bargaining power we have created, we'll be able to make the lives of every one of us as individuals very much easier. In the next few years, we are looking for that when our members graduate, they will not need to look for jobs, because we will have very big organizations and companies who are waiting for us to recommend people to work with them as a result of the productivity we have already driven over time. So my brothers and my sisters, ladies and gentlemen, take note of the seriousness of what we've come here to do, and put in your best energies. Whatever assignment you pick up, do it with all your heart. Do not consider it a secondary assignment. Do not consider it something that can be done and you need to be reminded for it to be done. Take it as something extremely serious. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to now begin to allow various persons who are now present in this meeting to introduce themselves. Like I mentioned, your name, your country, the major, your research major, and I think those will just be the points so that we don't take too long. Thank you very much again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this meeting. The first person I find on my list is Yomi G, please. So if I call you and you're not ready immediately, I'll just call the next person and definitely I'll come to you again. Yomi G, please. Yomi Gaius, I think that's you. Are you disposed to introduce yourself right now? It seems you're not.
He actually sent this information to the group, like as a chat.
Okay. I didn't take note. I'm just looking at the names of people. Okay, so I think maybe that would be a better way, right? That will save our time. Let everybody just do that. What do you think? Can everybody just type these things I mentioned?
Yes,
I
it's
think
good.
that doesn't work. We should just type our name and the information you requested for in the.
Excellent. It's only that I wanted to hear everybody's voice. Maybe after you are finished typing, we'll still ask to hear your voice at some point. So let everybody type your name, type your research major, type your maybe even your affiliation. For the publication, when the publication is going to be done, we'll need to pick your affiliation. Everybody is allowed to put in one or two affiliations, but if that would be a challenge, we can just take those points for now, and then later on we'll collect other details in using a file, using a form. So let's do this right now. Okay, so while we're doing that, since we are not needing to give time to that again, while we're doing that, move to the next point on the agenda. Maybe in what you're typing, you may also include something on let's say what you believe or what you think about what we've come together to do. Like anyway, now let me not go to that again. We'll take that again in a form later. Let's just make this brief. Thank you very much. Let's fire on with that. So self-introduction is going on right now. And the next point on the agenda has been done already, which is brief background of establishing the group. And we will now go to the point on leadership inauguration. The point on leadership inauguration. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to us the leaders of this group. Just a moment. Let's see. Please, is the secretary here? We had talked to someone about serving as secretary. We don't know if she's here right now. I had been trying to reach her, but haven't heard from her. So if she's here and she's still able to continue with the assignment, we can have her mention that now before we do the introduction. Okay. Right. Okay. So I will first introduce the coordinator of the group. Like we've had mentioned previously, the coordinator of the group is our brother, Dr. Samuel Hortu Nelson, and he will be working with us to get done the job that needs to be done. And of course, he will also be taking charge of this meeting from the moment I'm done with the introduction. He will lead the process of the discussion and selection of the first research project based on the review of our brother Presley's works, which has been done by our brother Nelson himself, Dr. Samuel, and Dr. Lionel Mbamda came up with a document that we're going to be working with in terms of choosing or agreeing the direction of the first research. So with that, please, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to welcome our brother, Dr. Samuel, to take over the leadership of the meeting from this point. Please, Samuel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Are you hearing me?
Yes, right now I can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity to serve. Good evening to all my colleagues in China. Good afternoon to those in Africa, and good morning to those in other parts of the world. Like the President have said, we have come to perform a task that our late brother, Dr. Presley Wesseh, will be remembered throughout. So, based on that, we were thinking on how to start. Where do we start from? So initially, we said we will do a review of all of his publications and then try to find a gap to develop. But then it was a bit difficult. So Dr. Lina and I decided that we will look at a more recent publication, at least three. And from those publications, we identify a gap and develop a proposed topics on each article so that we can present to the group, because it's a teamwork. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yes, please.
So it's a teamwork.
I hear you. Mhm.
Okay, it's a teamwork. So we'll present these topics so that we all decide on which specific topic we could take and produce a paper from now to, let's say, November, December. But then we are also realized that we are so many in this group, so it is possible that we can do two projects at the same time that will reflect everyone's interest. Yes. So we are struggling to see what can we do that everybody will fit in. Okay, so I will ask Dr. Odi to please help me to post the file in the group so that we can read them. And then if we agree on a specific topic, then we can develop a good outline for each paper. And then based on the outline we develop, then we can move with the project simultaneously if we agree, or we do it one at a time.
Excellent. I'm doing that right away.
Yeah, so if you check on each paper, you will see
Yes, I've sent it.
okay, thanks, Dr. Odi. So for example, let's see. Okay, Is the file open? Can you see the file?
Or please, Gideon, you may share.
Yes,
it's possible.
we can see the file. It's in the WeChat group.
Yes, in the WeChat group, or it could also be shared on the Zoom screen. I'm using a phone, so I'm not able to share. I'm not sure how to share on phone.
Okay. Check a moment.
Okay.
The group.
So is it okay? Can I go ahead?
A minute, please. Less than 30 seconds, please.
Okay.
I think my screen is out now, right? You can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much. Very, very much. So, like the first article, right? He spoke about incentive compatibility with uplift payments, investigating price scheme to support legislated market development in China. So we summarize the paper, and then we record some gap, and then we propose 3 topics on that article. So our focus now will be those topics proposed on the article, what we could review them and be able to select one of them to start a project. So like I said, they are just proposed topics. So we as a team can improve on it, right? We can improve on this topic and see how best we can start. So the same applies to the next paper and then the third paper. Okay. So the fourth paper there, we did not get the paper itself to analyze. It was so challenging. That's why you just see 4. But these are the 3 papers, and we could look among them and see whether we can select one to be able to use that will reflect every one of us interests. So it's open for discussion. Are you hearing me?
Yes, clearly.
Yes, we can hear you.
Marvin.
This is our favorite screen, our legislative screen. This is how it comes. This is the gesture of being. They got like this.
Okay, we have one hand up. Dr. Philip.
Yes, I want to be sure if we want to do papers to honor professor, or we want to do papers in the interest of the people here. Those are 2 different things. If you want to do paper in honor of him, then I would suggest that you look for some of his people he has mentored or his co-authors to tell us the thing that the man always talk about is passing. I mean, in his area, the topic that he really loves so much. Then we can go into that in honor of him. But if you want to find something that will serve the interest of those of us here, then now it becomes a different whole thing. So I want us to look at these 2 sides. I want to be sure so that when I'm looking at the topics, I can also consider all of that. Thank you.
Okay, so if I got you rightly, you want us to tell the team as to whether we want a paper to honor the late Dr. Presley Wesseh or want a paper for ourselves, right? So
yes, a paper that will serve the interest of those of us here. Yeah. Yeah.
So we want a paper that will honor the late Dr. Presley Wesseh. But
Okay.
then there is a sticker issue, right? And Dr. Wesseh was interested in energy economics. And he did he had so much interest in energy modeling. Okay. He did econometric. So we see that econometric is a very difficult thing. If we want OAD to participate, we may likely have very few people interested. So that's why we decided to open it a bit. But actually, we need a paper to honor him. And President Odi may add a voice to this.
Okay, thank you so much, the brother. That's it. And then after having at least one paper to honor him, we will subsequently keep, because the research group is not only going to do this and end, it's going to be a permanent OAD research group. So beyond this, we'll be doing other different projects. And like our brother Dr. Nelson mentioned, we can even be doing more than one project at a time in different areas. But the good thing would be that every time we're doing those, we take note that we are doing that in the areas, of course, that are relevant to our research, that contribute to our growth in our different fields, but with relationship to energy. As long as it has something to do with energy, then we take it as part of this research group. And I also know that some of us are in other research groups. It doesn't interfere with your other research group in OAD that you're part of. Of course, you keep doing whatever you need to do with them, but being part of this will always be an investment that is not only going to be for honoring him, but also in ways that will make it useful for us as individuals. But right now, let's do one that is committed to honoring him. And maybe that one, whether it is in your area or not, you may still be able to participate and contribute so that we drive it and achieve it. And particularly, we would like it to be a paper that has many co-authors from so many African countries. That will really reflect what we want to achieve for that. But beyond that, we'll be able to do other ones that may not have so many co-authors, but the people will be able to join based on their interests in that particular topic related to energy.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can see that from the three topics that have been put here, he has been interested in electricity pricing in China. His focus has also been China, I think because he was a professor in China. And also I see electricity pricing a lot. So I guess that if that is the case, that could be his interest, which means that we are still serving everybody. So I'm okay with that. Thank you.
Okay. Great. Yeah, Dr. Samuel, you continue leading.
Yeah, so we are still waiting on your ideas, so we will speak on more of them. So we are still waiting for suggestions and comment on these proposed topics. Then from there, we find a direction.
So I would suggest also that part of what we could do in this comment session will be that somebody could say, okay, I have seen these topics listed, and this is the one I think we can do now that could also, that could accommodate as many people as possible. but maybe not necessarily all, but all may still be able to join to do it. And this is the methodology I'm suggesting, or this is the angle I'm suggesting we go. Let's use so methodology, or could we consider using so? Could we consider doing so? It could be whether it's a review or an original article. We'll be able to, want concrete suggestions based on what these colleagues have already extracted from his work. We'd like concrete suggestions such that when we are rising from this meeting, we have an agreement on what we can focus on doing at the moment, and then a potential methodology pathway that we're going to take. And subsequently, the leaders could break the tasks into little pieces, not necessarily in this meeting, but then break the tasks into little pieces, and we'll work with colleagues for people to choose what aspects of tasks they can handle, and we'll be able to schedule delivery times and things of that nature, and we'll move forward to implement. So I'm just kind of providing a frame, a potential frame that people could use for contribution.
Yeah, so just to add to that, once the topic is being selected, we will do a quick outline of the paper, right? The various sections, how it looked like, and then we post it before our next meeting date. Then in our next meeting, then we will share the various aspects and see how best we can do a draft and report.
Okay, someone is suggesting that our focus should not necessarily be in China, rather Africa. I think that makes a lot of sense, even though Professor Presley wrote a lot about China. It will actually be good for us to maybe a comparative study or something.
Yes,
just something that.
Yeah, so if you look at the first topic on the first paper, right? The first topic there. Examination of illustrated market pricing scheme, a comparative study between what is done in China and that of developing countries, using an African country as an example.
Okay.
Yeah, that also reflects Africa. Then
absolutely.
Yeah, but again, we can still revise the topic. Once you're writing, it will be found out until it is done. So we can still revise it.
Great.
Alex, I want to know our composition here. How many are very familiar with this area? It will also be helpful to us to know. If we have enough people who are good in this area, then we know that we can handle it. Do you understand? With the support of the others. But for example, if we have only one person or two people who are good in this area, they will have a lot of challenges. So because I can say that it is econometrics, and people need to understand the modeling. Yeah. Unless we are going for a review, and that one everybody can do it. So if we know the composition, how many people are from economics or energy who do economics aspect and are here with us, it will also help us. This is my suggestion.
Yeah, great. A scan of the areas that people are doing research, according to what has been suggested, the messages we sent about the introduction. we see that we have people in energy economics and policy. We also have people in energy, renewable energy, energy materials, chemical engineering, science and engineering, energy, waste energy, you know. So I think we have people in energy here and there, but then maybe it's maybe two people that I see now in energy economics. That's Dr. Samuel himself, not even mainstream energy economics. And okay, Dr. Mbamda is also not mainstream energy economics, but part of it. And our brother Joe, is also energy economics. Yeah, I think we have a number
Hello,
of
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah, can I come in?
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Mansour Hussein from Ghana, currently affiliated with Jamsu University. So I've heard your presentation and I've also seen the document you shared. So my little contribution is that, you see, when we say electricity, actually it's a very broad field because electricity as an energy has different inputs. So we can have electricity from hydropower, electricity from solar, electricity from biogas, methane, or wherever, or other renewable sources of energy. So that aspect refers to the generation or the production aspect of the energy, or relatively we can say electricity, which contribute to electricity. That's the first aspect. Then the second aspect is that we can have an aspect of electricity that deals with the supply, okay, the supply of electricity. That is from the source of production to our companies for domestic, industrial, and other purposes. So we can have an aspect of the distribution. Then another aspect has to also do with the marketing. Because we can have an aspect or a research that is focusing on the marketing strategy. And I think our current document we are looking at focuses much on this, even though it covers other aspects. So how electricity is being distributed to customers, their willingness to pay, the metering system, and what have you. Are they willing to pay for their electricity bills, and the challenges we face in Africa and the challenges we face in China, the current technologies used in the market. So all these are various fields that we can be looking at individually. We have diverse background, but I think each of us, one way or the other, can have a contribution to electricity. But when you take the topic or when you narrow it down, then you realize that we will be limited in a way. So this is a good proposal. We can look at it, or we can also expand it so that we work on various aspects. So some people who are specialized in the production aspect can be looking at it. Those who are specialized in the distribution aspect can also be looking at it. Those who are specialized in the marketing aspect can also be looking at it. So this is my little contribution. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. So we are still taking views. Oh.
Hello, Dr. Samuel.
Yeah, hello. Go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Samuel. Thank you, President. This is Lionel Banda speaking. I'm from Cameroon. I'm currently based in Beijing. And actually, we did this work together with Dr. Samuel, as he initially mentioned. I'm sorry, I was on another call when the meeting started, so I just came in just a minute ago, yeah, to the meeting. Firstly, to build out the topics like Dr. Samuel said initially, we just had to look through the most recent papers that a professor had published, because if everyone knows the research field of Professor Wesseh, he has been very prolific, and it was really difficult for us to review all his work. But generally, I would say, since I'm equally close to his research area, and he once mentored me indirectly within energy economics, I think the main idea that we had, the main spirit that we had, was to include everyone, whether you're purely energy economics, energy environment and economics related as a triple E research questions related, or you are coming from a different background. The common target that we'll have will be working on Africa. These topics are just guidelines from the papers, from his recent publications. But now, if you look at the research topics, you will see that most of them included comparative studies, and most of them, they are interlinked to social, economic, and environmental aspects. That is, someone who is more focused on social related studies could chip in something. Someone who is focused on economic studies could chip in something. Someone who is focused on the environmental sector could chip in something as well. The electricity in itself is just like the big window. It's a very broad topic, so we can't actually say our main target will be electricity. Our main target is just bringing down the topics and doing a comparative study, maybe between China and Africa, to make it simple, to make everybody to be involved. And equally, another aspect that we consider was not to make it so technical, because we understand that not everybody here might be very versed with modeling and some other technical issues related to the energy economics field. So we just really want to go into something that we could do, like comparing maybe the energy structure, energy development between some key sectors, in China and some African countries. The research topics gives some guidelines. The main paper topic is just the bigger target. And also to mention, Professor Wesseh, he did a lot of work on African countries. Did not only focus on China. It's just that we can't really review all the work that he did. So I think it will equally be of good image for us to do something that's related to Africa, so that it could bring everybody to the table. So please, I want to, if we could just focus on the research areas that are highlighted in yellow, then maybe we could improve them. We could chip in some ideas how to ameliorate the topics. If they are not well oriented, we could add some things. But the main focus is bringing it down to Africa, doing a comparative study in Africa, something that could be easier for everyone to come on board. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, Dr. Samuel, may I say something?
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Linear. Go ahead, Mr. President.
Okay. So, following what he mentioned, I would suggest that once we pick the area that needs to be done, is it possible for us to do a work that will include using questionnaire to collect information from different African countries? Like when we talk about comparative study, I'm thinking of suggesting that we look away from review. Let's do an original work, make an original article, and this article should have different aspects that we use different methodologies to collect the information that will be used. So we can include something like, the questionnaire, or if there is any other, and maybe also some kind of modeling, if there is some modeling component in what we agree on. Because I think using such mixed methodologies often gets attention in the current publishing space. They seem to be very interested in such things. So and again, it will make it easy for us to have people coming on board, because some people could join as co-authors, both based on participating in collecting data, maybe in their own countries, or based on writing whatever segments may be assigned to them to write, and of course, on the collation aspect. So if we look at that, I think it may be helpful to bring us to a focus. I'm trying to think of now, can we come from the angle of making it real, in terms of real work, that the tasks that need to be done. If we agree on it, it will help us to begin to narrow down on what question we would want to answer, and what kind of tools will be useful for us to be able to collect data that can answer such questions. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Odi. Thanks very much.
Welcome. Yes, please carry on. Or anybody else carrying on?
We are saying we have similar idea, everyone. Okay, even the chat, even the poll that in the chat room, it still reflects that we have a similar idea. So I want to suggest, initially days were only from Dr. Linear and a team, but now we are on board, every one of us. Is it possible we look at the first topic and maybe go and more and develop more ideas, and we meet May week to discuss it, since we just brought it before the team today? Hello?
Yeah, we are getting you. We are getting you.
Yeah, so saying the majority just saw it today. So is it possible that we give it a space for now to May week, let's say Wednesday, so that we look at individually and then come and make a conclusion?
While waiting for your answer, we can take that Chisma. Paola, your hand been up.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Thank you. Firstly, I want to say thanks for the opportunity and thank you for the initiative. This is a huge task that we all have to put our hands around each other to achieve. So I think looking at the energy sector, it is not a bad thing, because the energy sector in its form is unique to Africa and even any part of the world. Because when you talk about energy, it is like beneficiary to any other country. So I think the main idea here we should be looking at, because at the end of the day, at the end of the research, we will also be looking at that Africa will want to know our contribution to knowledge. How will this research benefit our nation? How will it benefit Africa as a whole? So if we are developing a topic, I think we have to capture main area and key points when it comes to the energy sector. So like our brother just suggested, so I think we need a document to review the document and then have a day set that we all can give our input and what we think that can be added so that we can do a better work for it to be out there and benefit Africa as a whole. So that's my suggestion.
Thanks very much, Faula.
Yeah.
We are taking suggest.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Yes, we can
Okay,
hear you.
okay. I thank you so much for this meeting. I want to ask something. At first, the Samuel, you said that we could do two works at the same time, right?
Yes.
We could do works at the same time. Okay. So okay. So since we are also going to be looking at the first topic, which is the examination of electricity, where we will do a comparison study between Africa and other countries like China. I will also suggest that we go with the suggestion of Yomi G, who I just suggested that we do a review, right? We do a review, we include a review. In that way, like Dr. Kofi said, right? Dr. Kofi said that in that way, we have more people on board. And because what I understand from OAD is that when papers are really they are really concentrated with some level of specialty, some level of specialty to analyze, it tends to take more time to finish when we start it. So I don't want us to find ourselves in this kind of situation where we are going to take something like 4 months, 5 months, 6 months to complete a task. So my suggestion would be we should also, for paper 2, maybe. I'm not saying the first one is not making sense. It's making a whole lot of sense. But since we are already trying to strike two projects at the same time, I would suggest that we include a review, like Yomi G suggested. So we could include a review while we are working on that, at the same time working on the other one. Because I'm looking at the other one to be having some level of analysis that will require some specialized, that will require some specialties from other people who are into energy and economics. So that is my suggestion.
Okay, thanks, Dr. David. So may I ask, so are we going the way of 2 papers, 1 review, and maybe 1 empirical work?
Okay, for me, I will suggest that we go that way, because we could do 1 review and 1 empirical, like in a form of comparative study, so that I'm really sure that the review will be much faster, so that we can at least see a product. We can at least see our effort in the next 2 to 3 months, rather than just going with 1 that will take something like 5 to 6 months. So I would suggest that we go with 2, review and a comparative study. Then we can now, since we are going to look at the topic for the comparative study, we can also look at the topic for the review. We can also try to see how we can put some ideas together and suggest for the next meeting the topic for the review. And then we can start right away.
Okay, thanks, Dr. David. So we are still taking a view. So
I support that session as well.
okay, all right. So like I said earlier, we just brought it out today, and people are interested. They are giving that support. So I want us to take from now to May week, right? And let's see who all will fall on the review side and who all will be with the empirical work. I know it's a tedious thing, it's tough, but when we agree to do it, we can do it. So I want to suggest that we still look at the document, look at the topic, and maybe improve on it, and then be able to do another topic for the review so that by Wednesday, we will agree now on which way to go. And also, we will do an online for both papers. Then we are agreeing on review and empirical work, right? So we'll do an online of both papers and present it on Wednesday. If that is okay with every one of us, then I will appreciate it. That's my suggestion.
Okay. I'm Gideon. To a point, Dr. P. David Sumo, are you also suggesting topic 2 to be reviewed?
Well, I haven't
Hello?
suggested a topic for the review.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, doctor. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
Gideon?
Yes, please.
Yeah, initially we didn't look at we look at review, right? So it just came. So we can still develop a topic in that regard. But he just suggested that he just suggested papers, one review and then one empirical.
Okay, noted, Dr. Samuel Kotuderson.
Dr. Francis, Dr. Emilia, are you there?
Can I also add a little, please? Okay, so we just heard from our brother from Cameroon, Dr. Mbanda. So it seems that he has been tutored or he has been mentored by Dr. Wesseh, and also he seems to be from that background. So what I'm trying to suggest here is that we could have two teams. I don't know whether we have to break. I'm not suggesting a breakup, but we could have a two team so that we could look at the two topics and make a report by midweek. What I'm trying to say is that we have some people among us that are very good at review papers, like Dr. Kofi. He's good at review papers, so we could set up a team. Those people who are good at good at these review papers, they could be looking at the topic on because we also need to draw the outline of the topic and everything, the structure of the review and everything. Then that Mbada and other people could be looking at the comparative study from the other aspect. I don't know if that would be okay. So that because if we just leave it open that everyone should look at it and come back, we may come back again where we will not have a general idea as to what we should do.
Okay, so, thank you very much. Dr. Joe, Dr. Kofi, Dr. Hussein, Dr. Tolu, are you there? Hello? Okay, I just saw Dr. Joseph comment. Okay. Hello? Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah, hello. We
hear you.
can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in Africa and I'm in Liberia. So internet is a challenge here. Okay. So where are we? Are we in support of the idea that we go and develop it online on the review and develop online on the empirical paper and bring it for Wednesday?
Yes, please.
Okay. So then we have to share the responsibility here. Dr. Kofi, Dr. Davis, could you help us to do an outline of the review paper? Hello?
Me, yes, and also don't forget to include that Yomi G, because she's I think she
Yes,
is the one who
yes. So
initially.
yeah, we want the team lead for we have the team, then we fall in each what's it? Okay, yeah, we share a group. So we just want a leader for the review aspect and a leader for the empirical aspect.
For the review, Dr. Kofi, like I said, Dr. Kofi is good at review papers.
Oh, but I cannot speak on. I want to hear from him. Dr. Kofi, are you there? Hello, dog.
I think he's gone offline.
Oh, okay. So for the empirical aspect, let me announce. I will be in a both session, right? I will be with the review team. I'll also be with the empirical team. But the empirical team, I'm so sorry, Dr. Lineal. Hello?
Yes, yes, I can hear you, Dr. Sama. I can hear you very well.
Yeah, so we want people to take the lead to drive the outline for the both papers.
Yeah. Just like we discussed last time, I think going for the review and the comparative study, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, but now for the comparative study, we need to actually see we need to now choose among some relevant topics what we can do, Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So the topics are in the chat room. So those are going for the comparative study online. You still review all the topics and develop the most appropriate one. Then those for the review can also review it and develop the most appropriate one.
Yes. Yeah. But I have something, please. Please permit me just jump in. I have something to point out. I don't know if going it for it will equally depend on the interest of each and everyone, but equally we should do something that we can finish. Like I think it's Dr. Kofi or Dr. Peter that mentioned that. Yeah, because we have had previous experiences equally on the OOAD platform where we started papers and we could not finish because we were blocked on some methodology, some data, some stuffs. So I think we should go for something that we can actually finish as soon as possible, and going for some easy, I don't want to say easy, but adaptable methods like literature reviews are something that we can actually do within a definite space of time. So we should actually go for something that we can get it done as soon as possible. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Lineal. So okay, so just right in the chat room, everyone on this platform will be part of a team. So if you're going for the review paper, just write 1. And if you're going for the empirical paper online, you write 2. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you. Okay.
Yeah, so we're trying to say, we're trying to develop an outline for each paper, right? At this point, we want you to have your will. Which team you will join to develop the outline. I'm sure at the conclusion of the paper, this group will decide that I think it will include all authors. So don't worry about authorship, okay? But so that you have a space to work, we want you to find a space to work. So if you are going for the review paper, just write 1. If you are going for the empirical paper, write 2 in the chat room. Gideon, are you there? Hello?
Yeah, yeah, I think I wrote in the group already. Yeah. The message not reached yet.
So I'm thinking, how do we get it? Don't need help.
Maybe we can put the 1 and 2 in the WeChat group.
Okay. So Dr. David, please recall those are going for 1, right? And Dr. Linear will record those are going for 2. Hello?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Let me check. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And Gideon also suggested that the same thing we do here on the Zoom. You also type the same number on the research on the WeChat group.
Yeah, we can do it on the WeChat group. Yeah, yeah, it will be much better to trace. Yeah.
Okay, so let me just go over the task again. The key task is to do a complete outline of each paper. Yes, you can have your own meeting in-house and decide an outline way that will spell out maybe the proposed methodology. So when it comes to the issue of the method, don't worry. If we reach a point we can find anyone in our group, we're still searching OAD for somebody that can help us. So don't worry about that. So is that okay with us?
Yes. My thoughts.
Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Is it that each one coming up looking at the topic, or are we doing it by group and sharing the responsibility?
We want you to have your will to contribute, right? So,
yes.
So if possible, you can join both of the groups, but we want to be a group that you'll be contribute.
No, like
Yes,
I already joined a group like number 2. Everybody that took number 2, are we going to form as a team and share responsibility, or everybody starting from scratch?
No, we have spoken to Dr. Davis and Dr. Kofi to hear the aspect, right? No, the review aspect. Then Dr. Linear will hear the Dr. Linear and coming 1 minute. 1 minute, coming. Okay. Emilio and Dr. Linear will hear the expert. Okay, so you could have a WeChat call and discuss and produce a single document.
Okay, so I think we have to set up our group as well. Like the empirical group set up, like the empirical group will set up their group to have some interaction. Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Okay, so like we said, the both team will meet in a separate discussion and develop a sync outline for each paper. Yeah. So the minute is clear, right?
Yes.
clear.
So yeah, so I think the various groups should be created so that we can have more discussion, so that we all can know our responsibility in a specific group.
I'm doing that right now.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so since we have concluded on this, then let me talk to Dr. Odi. Let he check the agenda. What the next item there?
Okay. Yes, the next is AOB. And the next meeting date. The first item under the AOB is the next meeting date. And then any other item as well that could be discussed.
Okay, so you have heard the next item. We will have to decide yet when will be our next meeting, this general meeting.
We already agreed that we will have a big midweek meeting, so that will be Wednesday. So I will go for Wednesday the same time at 8 o'clock Beijing time, the same time we started today. That's my suggestion.
Okay, we have one suggestion for Wednesday. Any other?
Yes, the Wednesday is okay. And I think those who have not introduced themselves can just do it in the comment section, so at least we can know who are here today.
Oh, okay, all right. Including me. All right.
Yeah.
Any other let me check in the chat room. Any other comment or suggestion for the day? Okay, so I see that Wednesday is okay for everyone else. Wednesday, same time. Same time, same platform, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So is there any other thing we can discuss or you want to bring to our attention? Hello? Are we there? Any other thing we can discuss? Hello?
From me, there's not there so far. There's nothing.
Okay, all right. So, Dr. Odi?
Yes, brother.
Is there any special announcement you want to share with us?
No, nothing special again. Just to thank all of us for coming up to make this happen, and looking forward to outcomes quickly. Yes, the two groups have been made and sent to the space. So which one is okay? I think we can rename the group. Which one is one? Which one is two?
One is the review team.
Okay.
Two, empirical team.
Okay. That's all right. So I just changed the group name for the other one. So let me do the other one as two. All right. Okay. All right. So I think that's that has been a good one. And if there are no other comments, we can close the meeting right now. But I don't know. Does anybody have anything to say? Sorry, Nelson, you are leading. Please carry on towards closure or whatever.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Odi. Again, we want to appreciate every one of you for taking all your time to join this meeting and giving your honest contribution. We are so glad for that. This is a good start for us. If we are committed to this, I think in a month or two time we can produce something tangible. So we say thank you again. Our WeChat line are open. You can write in the group any concern, any other thing you want us to do, you can write in the group chat and we'll respond to it. Once again, thank you, Dr. Odi, for the establishment, and extend our thanks also to the leadership.
Great. Absolutely, we will. And just like our brother Joseph just typed in the message, this research group is not just ending now, and it is open to all researchers across the globe, even those who have not joined OAD for now. We welcome all researchers that are interested in this to get on board, even non-Africans. But maybe we may not bring non-Africans into the OAD group. But in terms of doing the work, we welcome co-authors from anywhere. If you have specific professionals that you would want to participate or bring in their expertise to make the work better, we are open to welcome them. But they cannot join the WeChat group if they are not Africans. Thank you. Yes, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the meeting, and looking forward to further conversations. And like our brother, Dr. Nelson mentioned, feel free to reach out to share any suggestions or opinions that can make things work better. So looking forward to further conversations. The WeChat groups for the smaller groups have been posted on the major group. Let's join up and see the progress made. Yes, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's now the end of today's meeting, and looking forward to keeping in touch. Thank you so much once again. Do have a wonderful, wonderful time wherever you are. All the best. Okay, bye-bye.